Hello everyone, welcome back to the Driver Mod. On today's video, we're going to show you how to replace the engine air filter on your 2015 through 2020 GT350 or GT350R. This process is very simple, very straightforward. This will apply to OEM filters as we have here, or aftermarket filters. If you are going to go with the OEM filter, here's the part number right here. Seems very easy to do, but this filter is kind of tricky to position in there so that you don't have any air leaks that seep past the filter. It's a very tight air box, and trying to get the full filter element to fully seat onto the intake pipe can be somewhat tricky, but we're going to show you how to do it. All you're really going to need to do this job is a flathead screwdriver to release the clamp connecting the air filter to the intake pipe. So to go ahead and release that clamp. You're going to want to back it off at least, 15 turns. It tends to give that clamp the most amount of release of the tension. After you release that clamp, simply go ahead and pull on the filter element and it'll come right off. We do have a filter sock on our vehicle. These help prolong the life of your air filter. These engines, they breathe. A lot of air goes through them. So your stock filter or your aftermarket filter, they will get dirty fairly quickly and will require, periodic cleaning. But putting on one of these will help slow down the debris buildup and prevent a lot of the, bigger stuff from making its way into the filter pleats, plugging up the filter pleats. Makes cleaning a whole lot easier and less frequent. So we're just going to remove this. It just goes around the outside of the filter. It has like a little bungee. So here is our new OEM filter on the right, our old OEM filter on the left, and as you can see, I've cleaned this filter probably 4 times. Probably have to clean it probably once every 3 to 6 months. Just depends on how much you're driving. The nice thing about the new OEM filter is it also comes with a new clamp, so you don't have to worry, if you were to break that clamp, you don't have to worry about that. You will note on the intake side of the filter, it'll have an orientation that says down with a little tab. It's a little foam piece, and you're gonna approximately align it with this in the filter box. There's a little indentation for you to put that tab. Now our new filter, the clamp came pretty much fully released, so that's gonna make install probably fairly easy. We're about to find out. But this is pretty much the only part that's kind of tricky. You're gonna put the filter in, and just at the angle that you have to put it at, the foam intake sock doesn't like to fully seat on the intake pipe. So this is gonna require 2 hands. But basically you're gonna take the filter and just kind of flex it and work it around. It should be nice and even. If you see any gaps between the foam and the plastic kind of backing on the intake pipe, you'll know you've done something wrong. Give it a good, half rotation one way and half rotation the other way, just to make sure, you don't see any excessive gaps. And if all that looks good, go ahead and align the filter in that pocket on the front side of the cone. And then you can go ahead and tighten your clamp. Doesn't need to be super tight, but gonna run it down until you start feeling some pressure. The foam does a good job of creating a nice seal. So once you apply pressure to it with this clamp, you don't need to, mash on it or get it super tight. Give it a little tug and a wiggle, make sure it doesn't pop off. And that's pretty much it to complete this how-to as easy as possible. The same procedure, more or less, will be applicable to your aftermarket intakes and filters. But yeah, just the biggest thing is to make sure you get that new filter fully seated all the way around. I've seen them come from the factory with a, more or less, a kink on this foam where it's folded over like this from the factory. And it can cause some random rough running, every now and then a stumble here or there. But that completes this how-to on how to install an air filter on a 2015 through 2020 GT350 or GT350R. Hope you found this helpful. Leave a like and comment down below. Let us know how we did. Hopefully we helped you out today and gave you something you can do to your car yourself. I appreciate your time and hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Take care, everyone. We'll see you at the next one here at the Driver Mod.